Yeah. Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, busy man, shit, nigga. They take their head over, nigga. I read what Eve did to Adam. I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps, and I can't let no hoe lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert. Another cop can stretch the nigga. He ain't demon, it's an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is effective. If revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jacob. So I war, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but their question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young pay. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear. This shit light work. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you don't never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy. Yeah. Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, busy man, shit, nigga. They take their head over, nigga. I read what Eve did to Adam. I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps, and I can't let no hoe lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert. Another cop can stretch the nigga. He ain't demon, it's an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is effective. If revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jacob. So I war, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but their question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young pay. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear. This shit light work. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you don't never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%. I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in fuck his game. Pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy. All right, clap it up. Oh. All right, clap it up. Yeah, the mic's on. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shabbarakatham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shemar Lathan Bashem, Yahweh Shah to all the sisters. We're at Isupk. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. All right, and we've been teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans the truth of the Bible since 1969. All right, and today is Isupk San Antonio Tuesday Brotherhood class, and today's Brotherhood lesson is going to be about that Israel and Judah, or the Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom, right? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We were oppressed together. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody understand that? We always have this division and this what do you call it? Yeah, with the division, the schism. You know what I mean, between blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and Hispanics and Hispanics, right? With Puerto Ricans and Dominicans and Mexicans and Hondurans and El Salvadorians, and you dig what I'm saying? How they don't want to. I'm not Mexican. Don't call me Mexican. You know what I mean? And I understand it. I understand it. You want to be your different tribes, and you want to be known by your tribe. But in the long run, we're all the nation of Israel. Right. You know what I mean? You don't even know if you're Issachar. You just might be Manasseh. You feel me? You just might be Simeon. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? But we need to stop that schism and that separation. You feel me? We need to come together like butt cheeks and be the SH and the SHIT. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? We need to come together, bro, like them two sticks. That's what we need to do. And that's what Christ came to do. Christ came to bring blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans together. You dig what I'm saying? You understand that, Tazayar? You feel me? Like all that separation, that's what's holding us back from getting the kingdom of heaven. You know what I mean? Everybody wants the kingdom of heaven, right? But do you have what it takes to get the kingdom of heaven? You dig what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying? Because I hear so many black people will talk about Hispanics like this and that. You know what I mean? And I hear so many Hispanics talk about blacks, and I'm like, but we go through the same oppression. Right. You know what I mean? You speak Spanish, it's a slave language. I speak English, it's a slave language. You know what I mean? We went on slave ships, you went on slave ships. What's the difference? You know what I'm talking about? You like what, enchiladas, chicken enchiladas, and we like fried chicken. What's the difference? Really? You want to know something crazy, Tazayar? Really, the black people like chicken, like enchiladas, and my Hispanic brothers, they like fried chicken. Real talk. We can eat enchiladas every day of the week, tacos every day of the week, and Hispanic brothers can eat chicken all day, every day. You feel me? Real talk. And that's just what it is. That's real. That's real deal Holyfield. You feel me? We have the same oppression, man. The same people that conquered you conquered us. One was just called Spain, and the one that conquered us was just called English. You dig what I'm saying? That's why y'all speak Spanish and we speak English. That's it. At one point in time, we spoke Hebrew, but you know, just as much as everybody else know that when we escaped from slavery, right? When we ran away from our slave masters, right? Where we run to? Yeah, when Judah escaped from their slave masters, where do we go? Yeah, we ran to Mexico and we ran to the Native Americans, so-called Native Americans. That's where we ran to. We ran to our brothers. We knew where the safe haven was. You know what I mean? We knew where to go. You dig what I'm saying? And it's about time that we stop all this schism and separation and things like that. Because it's just something to keep us further and further and further apart. You know what I mean? We're supposed to be coming together. You dig what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I know I told you what scripture to get that for me in Zephaniah 2:1. There, I'm going off script already. That's my whole life is off script. You feel me? There's no way I can stick to the script because the Lord might just come in and be like, hey, go to this scripture. You feel me? Hey, go to that scripture. Hey, Kabar, do this.
You know what I mean? It might be like Abraham walking somewhere one day, be like, hey, don't do that. You know what I'm talking about? Don't do it. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I got it here, sir.
I be calling like Yalawan in the middle of the night. He be like, look, why are you calling me in the middle of the night? The Lord told me to call you. I don't know why. He just told me to call like Yalawan. I feel, you know what I'm talking about? Go ahead, though.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
The Lord told us, read that one more time.
Gather yourselves together.
That's what the Lord told us to do. No, stay separated.
Gather yourselves together.
No, keep talking about a northern kingdom and a southern kingdom.
Gather yourselves together.
Keep talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Gather yourselves together.
No, he said, come together as the nation of Israel. You feel me? That's what the Lord is saying. The Lord is telling us to come together as the nation of Israel. He's not telling us to be separate. He's telling us to come together. You feel me? That's something that the Lord has always told us to do. You dig what I'm saying? The Lord ain't never wanted us to be two kingdoms. You feel me? The Lord always wanted us to be together as the nation of Israel. It's us that wanted to separate, that wanted to split off. It's us that wanted to create schisms. It's us that want to create heresies. It's us that want to do that. You know what I mean? The Lord don't want us to do that. The Lord want us to be one nation like he designed it to be. You dig what I'm saying? You understand that, Ayala? The Lord designed us to be the nation of Israel. If he didn't, then Jacob's name would have never been changed to Israel. I'm just saying. You feel me? Abraham wouldn't have had his name changed to Abraham, the father of many nations. You feel me? He wouldn't have had Isaac be the chosen seed. And then Jacob wouldn't have been the chosen seed. You dig what I'm saying? The Lord had something in play ever since the beginning of time. But us as regular old people, we want to go against what the Lord says. You know what I'm talking about? We're supposed to be like the angels. Come, sir, and do it. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
But we want to be separate. We want to be like everybody else. We want to be like all the other nations when we're supposed to be better than all the other nations. Because who keeps up schisms in their nations? Who keeps up schisms in their nations?
Our people.
Yeah, we know that. That's what we're talking about.
You talking about specific people?
Yeah, like who else? Who else keeps up schisms and divisions in their nations? Yeah. Asians. That's excellent. You know what I mean? Because we know all Asians come from either Chinese or Japanese, right? You feel me? But then where does Taiwan people and Filipino people and Vietnamese people come from? You dig what I'm saying? Those are just different tribes of the so-called Asian people. Different kids of Ammon and Moab. What's up?
Even within NATO, it's like
that's what I want
to get along with each other. Why are we trying to be like them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So no, I get what you're saying. The scripture says for us to gather together.
Right. So even in that aspect, we're separate from the other nations because they don't have no laws and no rules and regulations for them to stick together. You feel me? But we have laws and rules and regulations for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to stick together. We have that. We have guidelines to stick together. They don't have guidelines to stick together. You feel me? We have a king that died for us. They don't have no king that's going to die for them. We know what their king is going to do. Blow my mind, Tazayar. What their king is going to do? What does the whole world fixate itself on?
What do you mean?
What does the whole world think about?
Themselves?
Yeah, but what do they think about themselves?
Go ahead.
Their spirit.
Their what?
Spirit.
No, it's some more carnal than that.
It's like their survival?
Nope. It's more carnal than that. The kings of the earth, what do they think about?
Their possessions.
Their possessions? Now we're getting there. What does Donald Trump think about? Money. Right? What's his name? Putin, one of the world's richest billionaires. Right? Russia, very poor people. You know what I'm talking about? Have you ever seen Putin's house? Putin has a house with about 80 bedrooms.
Damn.
He has 3 kids. What does he need 80 bedrooms for? You dig what I'm saying? But our king don't care about money. Christ, he don't give a damn about money. Christ don't give a damn about money so much he gave his life for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to come back together. You dig what I'm saying? We're separate, but we're supposed to do what? Read that one more time.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
Right?
Yea, gather together.
Yeah, we're supposed to gather together. Go ahead.
O nation not desired.
Why did he say nation not desired, Taziar?
Because no one is going to help us.
Right. No one's going to help us. Nobody desires us anywhere we go. They want us there because we're the workers. You dig what I'm saying? We're the restaurant, the cooks at the restaurant, right? We're the drivers that get all the product around everywhere, right? We're the people that clean up the hotels. We're the servants. You know what I mean? That's what we do. We're the construction workers, the builders, right? But then they need us, but they don't want us. You dig what I'm saying? Because then they would turn around and shoot us down in the streets. You dig what I'm saying? Kill our kids. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So the only way we can outdo that is by gathering together. Because then they're still going to go in the Christian churches, right? The black Christian churches and shoot up everybody. They're going to go into the grocery stores and murder everybody, which that devil he just pleaded guilty. You know what I mean? Now they're going to give him a plea deal. 10 years. I hope not.
Which one are you talking about?
Peyton Gendrick.
Oh.
The devil just pleaded guilty.
10 years?
No. I'm just bullshitting.
Okay.
I don't know what the plea agreement is, but him pleading guilty, it was for a plea agreement, so they didn't go to trial. So like that might be, you know what I mean? They might get a nigga 25 to life.
It should be that times. How many people he killed?
10.
It should be life in prison, no matter how you look at it.
It should be death penalty off with his head.
Right.
But you do what I'm saying? That's why we should gather together and separate from these devils. And we ain't talking about separating physically. You know what I'm talking about? We're talking about separating mentally. You know what I'm talking about? And spiritually. You dig?
Right.
Because once that's Captain Yatazak said the other day, once that happens, we fall away from him. You know what I'm talking about? Then the man of sin can be revealed. We can go ahead and get up out of this place. But first, we have to fall away from these people. And then when we fall away from these people, we gather ourselves together. You dig what I'm saying? Don't worry. We'll wait on him. You dig what I'm saying? No. Yeah, we wait on you, Art. No, no sweat. No, you don't. We'll wait on you. We got all the time in the world to wait on whatever Ayalawan has to do.
All right, so O nation not desired.
Right.
Next verse.
Nah, get that Amos 3:1.
Come.
Yes, he took a break to get some ice.
That was for me.
You got it?
Come.
Go ahead.
Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Right. The Lord talking about the Lord. No, just the black people.
O children of Israel.
Just the Hispanic brothers.
O children of Israel.
Just the northern kingdom.
O children of Israel.
The whole children of Israel. All blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You dig what I'm saying? The Lord didn't just speak to one tribe He said, eat the wall. No, that's for you. Go ahead and drink it. I don't want that.
I said good luck.
Oh, you want it?
I said,
Yeah, I don't want that. You feel me?
They said to one like I'm good on that.
Yeah, I don't want that. You feel me? I got tequila.
I'm just trying to loosen up, but you get it flowing. You feel me?
Copacabana. all right. But yeah, he's not talking about everybody. You feel me? He's talking about he's talking to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. That's who he's talking about, man. He said, "Hear this word." Read that one more time.
Okay. Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Right.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
You remember that class a couple weeks ago when he was talking about we was talking about families and what a family was?
it's on the structure.
No, yeah, the structure of the family, but we brought out what a family was and the nation and talking about children of God. Remember that? Right? Read that part one more time, my yellow one.
Okay. It says, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
You feel me? That's what the Lord considers us as all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. He considers us family. You know what I'm talking about? One to another. That's what he considers us. He doesn't consider us enemies like we consider each other. You dig what I'm saying? The Lord wants us to be one. You feel me? That's why he brought us out of the land of Egypt. He didn't bring us out of the land of Egypt to beef with each other. He brought us out of the land of Egypt to rule the earth. You dig what I'm saying? And when Christ comes back, that's what we're going to do. We're going to rule the earth, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans together. You dig what I'm saying? There better not be no schisms there.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Because I don't think Yahushua, the king of Israel, our king, I don't think he's any type of nice. You know what I mean? I think he'll kick somebody's face. You know what I'm talking about? What, you want some smoke? Blah. Yeah. I told you already. You know what I'm talking about? You dig what I'm saying? Real talk. So we better get it. That's why we have to get it together now. You understand? Go ahead.
Okay. It's the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, verse 2, you only have I known.
Right. You know what's different between the Hispanic man and the white man?
But the Most High only knows the Hispanic.
Most High in Christ.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? As the Most High knows the Hispanic man, he don't know the white man. What's the difference between the Hispanic brothers and the Hispanic brothers and Native American brothers and the Arabs?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know the area.
Exactly. What about the Chinese and what about the Chinese? He don't know them either. You dig what I'm saying? What about the black man? He knows them. What about the Hispanic brothers? What about the Native American brothers? Look, we have something in common. We have the same God. We have the same king.
Mm-hmm.
We have the same bloodline flowing through our veins. You dig what I'm saying? That's why when you was watching that soccer game the other day, right? Who won? Who's playing? Who they playing against?
Mexico.
But it was a great game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I know. You know what I'm talking? Because if it was somebody else, like I don't know. Because they always talk about this like United Kingdom football. You know what I mean? They always talk about this, right? United Kingdom soccer game, right?
Right.
But then every time I play FIFA or something like that, it's always like Brazil or something that's number one. It's never the UK. It's never white people. I don't get it.
And if it ever was, it's the people on their team that are us that makes them.
I don't know. I don't watch soccer, but I don't know.
True.
It's true. Well, speak up next time. I don't know.
You gotta let us know.
You gotta let us know because I don't watch soccer. I watch football sometimes. You feel me? And I just know if all the blacks and Hispanics was out of football, I wouldn't watch it. Because it'd be one boring game. I'd be like, yeah, you know what? I don't want to watch this. But you dig what I'm saying? Like Think about Tom Brady. If he didn't have he wouldn't be good if he didn't have Randy Moss to throw it to. You know what I mean? Like you dig what I'm saying? Well, all the black quarterbacks, they be moving. You be like, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen this time. You know, he might throw the ball 100 yards or he might run 100 yards. We don't know. You know, you know what I mean? Like the other day we was watching what's that, Green Bay and Philly, and Aaron Rodgers got hurt, and the backup came in, Jordan Love, and he was the greatest quarterback I ever seen. I said, this boy right here is something cold. You feel me? His first 4 downs, he scored a touchdown. I said, yeah. I said, Aaron Rodgers ain't got no job no more. You know what I'm talking about? Judah in there. You dig on Judah in there, real talk.
You know, it was heavy. It's heavy what you're saying because you're seeing a certain resurgence of the black quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You always think of, and this is kind of weird. For the longest time, it was always a white quarterback being protected by a bunch of black folks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now you got brothers like Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying?
Kyler Murray.
Fields, Kyler Murray.
Trent Fields, yeah.
Yeah, some of these cats is just that now they're starting to see, oh, you know what? These guys can get out of the pocket and move around and get the yards themselves because they're more athletic. You know, these white quarterbacks, I mean, you might see a couple of them, maybe Josh Allen, you know, that's about it.
He's all right.
I'm just saying, like, them cats ain't moving like the way Israel move, you know what I mean? And that makes it more exciting because it's like you can't tell what's going to happen, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just saying.
There's a lot of black majority of the league is black quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? Real talk. I've been watching that. You dig what I'm saying? But we should separate from the NFL and create our own league.
Right.
The NFL. Yeah. All right. I was waiting for somebody to catch on to it. You dig what I'm talking about? We should separate from the NBA and create the NBA. You know, somehow we should separate from the Major League Baseball and create the
NLA.
I don't know.
NLB.
Whatever. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. We got to include my Hispanic brothers or something, but shit, they Negroes too. We could just
B-O-B.
You know what? We could just change all the ends to nigga. And right? You feel me? They niggas too. I don't care what they talking about. I don't care what anybody talks about, bro. Like it's
a lot, man. You know, if I could, you got Ice Cube that owns the 3v3 league, Tracy McGrady that owns the 1v1 league, and that don't get the publicity that the NBA get.
Yeah, I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like Ice Cube, the 3-on-3, I think it's called the Big 3 league. You know what I mean?
I heard about that.
That's a black-owned thing, or at least from what I understand, I believe it is. But you know, we don't give it that kind of, you know, zeal. You know what the one thing that was close to that actually wasn't N1, because that was actually owned by white folks. But it felt like they put the facade on it like it was for the hood, it was for the people. You know, like we owned it. You know what I mean?
Only when N1 went mainstream is when they lost all the following. Because it felt, I know what you mean. Because it felt like it was like down home, like, man, they going to the hood playing, and then they started going not to the hood. You dig what I'm saying? Right. They started going not to the hood where it was a whole bunch of people in the background, like, yeah, this nigga, you know, tomorrow with somebody doing crazy dunk. Now they got stuff to put up barriers and things like that. I remember when N1, they'd do a dunk and run into the crowd. Yeah, you know what I mean?
That was right there.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, you feel me? Dudes smoking weed in the crowd. You be like, you just got that on camera, like, you know what I mean? That was the nitty gritty. That was the N1 I grew up on, and then one day they switched it. Now it's like weird. Mm-hmm. Professor,
bro, that pissed me off.
You know, I'm trying to tell you, bro. And Hot Sauce was a diva. I'm just saying.
Somebody should have won the first season.
I'm just saying. Keep going. Let's start at verse 2 again.
We are in the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 2.
Right.
You only have I known.
Right. You only have I known. The Lord only knows us. You do what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Of all the families of the earth.
Of all the families of the earth. You feel me? That's everybody on the earth. The only Lord knows blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Oh, we. Ain't that something that don't that make y'all feel special? You feel me? It makes me feel special. Like the Lord picked me out of everybody. Here, you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then didn't make it worse. I'm not worse, but didn't make it better, right? You in the ISUPK. You're in the home of the truth. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
The Lord got rid of everybody else and all those other brothers and to create those false those other religions. You feel me? Like IUIC and GOCC to make room for you. Tuzzy, you understand that? The Lord got rid of everybody else and made all these fake Israelite groups to make room for you to become the 144,000. You do what I'm saying? Ooh, don't that make you feel special? Don't that make you feel like just like I can do it? Si se puede. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
It makes me feel like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what? The Lord did remove a lot of people so I can get the truth. Because if it wasn't for, like, I wouldn't know where I would be. You do what I'm saying? But the Lord was like, yeah, don't forget Kabar. Get him. You know what I'm talking about? Don't go nowhere. You feel me? You think if you do something wrong, the Lord gonna hem you up. You know that? The Lord gonna hem you up. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? He gonna smack you upside your head. It's like you, sir. You feel me? Real talk. Real talk. That's what the Lord does with all of us. You feel me? Because he wants better for us. You dig what I'm saying? So when we get the truth and then we leave the truth, he punishes us. You dig what I'm saying? He might not punish them fake Israelite groups. You feel me? Because he was like, yeah, whatever. I knew you was gonna leave. But he was like, yeah, I didn't make you to be, you know what I mean, to be a hypocrite. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He knew who you was in your former life, in your former life. You could be Elijah. You know what I mean? Like, if I was smack, I didn't make you to be that. You know what I'm talking about? We at the end game. Get your shit together. Yeah. You dig what I'm talking about? Real talk. Real talk. Go ahead, Art.
Okay. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
You see what I'm talking about? Does everybody in the world get punished? Like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? Hell no. Hell no, but blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we get punished for our iniquities, for the things that we do wrong to our God. We get punished. The Lord pulls out his big belt and he chases us around the house and he spanks us. Yeah, so you feel me? And the Lord be so real, he'd be like, yeah, this is my personal punishment. Come here. You know, tomorrow, go in that room. I'll be in there in a minute. You feel me? He don't want nobody else to punish you but him. You dig what I'm saying? That's why now we're from white men punishing us to now we got heart attacks and heart diseases and STDs and drug addiction. You dig what I'm saying? You understand that? All right. That's it, right? On that.
Come on, sir.
Let's go to Jeremiah 50 and 33. Because a lot of people don't believe that we were oppressed together. A lot of people don't either they don't believe or they don't care. You dig what I'm saying?
50 and 33. You're right. That's how they act.
You dig what I'm saying? But I know we were oppressed together. Matter of fact, Tazayar, when you're done getting that scripture, come over here and grab that Black Indians book. You know what I mean? Ain't that right? We were oppressed together, bro. We stay oppressed together. You feel me? We don't like the Lord ain't gonna punish the southern kingdom and not punish the northern kingdom. You think what I'm saying?
Right.
The Lord is not gonna do that. The Lord gonna punish us together as a nation. You think when we went into captivity, right, that some of us wasn't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments?
I'm sure some of us did.
Some of us was keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. But did we all go into slavery? Or did we all get punished?
Come.
We all got punished. You dig what I'm saying? So just because some of us keeping law, statutes, and commandments don't mean that we ain't going to. The Lord deals with us as a nation of people. The Lord don't deal with us as individuals. You dig what I'm saying? Some of us get individual punishments, but the Lord deals with us as a nation of people. because the Lord don't play that about Israel. You dig what I'm saying? You understand that? The Lord don't play with us like that. The Lord don't play with us. He don't play about us. You dig what I'm saying? That's why when these hold that right. Give me Ezekiel chapter 35 and 5. Let me get this what's the name out of here, boy. That smoke doing something to my nose. Yeah, you feel me?
I just ordered some incense sticks just now. Kevin's already up. Get that. I'm supporting. I gotta support my brothers. You know what Captain Mashak said? He said, I got that scripture, sir.
Uh-huh.
It says, Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5.
Right.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Right. So this is talking. Go up one verse.
Sorry. Okay.
But this is talking about to the white man. To the so-called white man, the Edomites of the Bible. Mount Seir is where they dwell. Caucasus Mountains. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 4. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate. Right,
he gonna lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate. The other day, me and Capiar, we went to go somewhere to go eat or something. We pulled into the what's the name, to the parking lot. Capiar talking about, man, this place looks desolate. You feel me? I said, well, that's all the white man's cities gonna be like this, desolate at one point. You feel me? Keep going, all right.
Okay. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord.
Right, because they don't believe in the Most High. They don't believe in the Most High and the Most High's people. You do what I'm saying? But the Most High is going to give some destruction on your behalf, Tazayar, and on all the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have. The Lord is going to give some destruction out. We've been taking it for so long that the Lord's going to give it out. He's been giving it out lately, just on the smaller page of what we've seen. You dig what I'm saying? Or what we're going to see.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's been giving it out to them on a smaller page when they be like, I don't know what the hell's happening. Mississippi River is drying up. The Euphrates is drying up. You know what I mean? They don't know what's happening. Coronavirus is everywhere. Mm-hmm. They got a new version of the flu. You feel me? All types of things is happening. They don't know what's going on. They can't keep diesel if you keep food in their grocery stores. You do what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Because they have had a perpetual hatred for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. For the nation of Israel. You know what perpetual mean? What does perpetual mean?
Repetitive.
Huh?
Repetitive.
Nah. Well,
Consistent.
Not repetitive, not consistent, forever. Everlasting. An everlasting hatred. They have had an everlasting hatred for you. Because the Lord chose you and not them. You dig what I'm saying? It says Jacob and Esau. Because the Lord chose Jacob and not Esau. Keep going.
Okay. And has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
And they did what?
Shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Philando Castile.
Shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Trayvon Martin.
Thou hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
My brother Eric Cantu.
Thou hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
You feel me? They have shed the blood of the children of Israel, man. For I don't know how long, man. They have been doing it. They shed Christ's blood.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
Okay. By the force of the sword. And
read that one more time.
By the force of the... Do you want the whole thing?
No, by the force of the sword.
By the force of the sword.
What's in the modern day sword? Yeah. Right. Guns, weapons. Back in the day, it was swords, though. They killed Christ by a spear and hanging him on the cross. I think he really died from the spear to the side. Keep going.
In the time of their calamity.
In the time of our iniquity, man, the time that our embarrassment, the time that we should have, that the time where they should have been like, hey man, y'all the children of Israel, y'all need to get y'all together. You feel me? Well, what did they do? What did they do? They started using the babies that was in the tummies of Black and Hispanic mothers as gator bait, cutting the babies out of their tummies and stepping on their head and smashing them against the rocks. You know what I mean? Taking the babies out of the mother's stomach, putting cats in there and sewing them back up. You do what I'm saying? Buck breaking, raping the brothers in front of everybody. You dig what I'm saying? That's what they started to do in the time that the Lord was punishing us. They had to be extra cruel. You dig what I'm saying? Keep going.
In the time that their iniquity had an end.
Yep, go ahead.
Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh,
right?
I will prepare thee unto blood.
He's gonna do what?
Prepare thee unto blood.
He's gonna prepare thee unto blood. He's gonna prepare the white man unto blood. You feel me? He's coming to do all that destruction for you. Because the Lord had because they had a perpetual hatred for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The Lord's gonna have something for them. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. So now you being the children of Israel, right? Imagine you treating a brother like that. How do you think the Lord gonna deal with you? The Lord gonna deal with you worse than He gonna deal with them.
Right.
Because you know better. You know what I mean? That's why it's important for us to treat all brothers like brothers and all sisters like sisters. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You understand that? And not be stealing their money and what would you call it? Hustling them and being swindlers. And you dig what I'm saying? You know, so sometimes we gotta deal with our people righteously. You feel me? I know so many brothers that when a situation come into play and they can go ahead and hustle whoever they want to hustle out of some money or hustle somebody out of what they got, they're gonna do it. Mm-hmm. You do what I'm saying? It's time that why don't we give a little bit? Give a little love. That's it on that, right?
It's like it. There's a little bit more.
Go ahead.
It says, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since right. Thou hast not hated blood, right. Even blood shall pursue thee. Right, blood's gonna pursue them because they didn't hate blood when blood was coming for them, but the blood's gonna pursue them. You do what I'm saying? They're gonna run away from their punishment and their judgment, but judgment is going to pursue them. You feel me? They're gonna get theirs. You understand that? No matter what they do, they're gonna get theirs. They're going to get their punishment, bro. That's what a vagabond is, somebody that runs from their crimes. And they've been running from their crimes for long enough, but the Lord is going to deal with their crimes and what they did to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You do what I'm saying? Hell, what they did to the world, the earth. You do what I'm talking about? Go ahead. Is that it on that? That's the end of that verse. Now.
Right, let's go back to Jeremiah 50:3.
Okay. 53. I got that, sir.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 3. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her.
I'm sorry, 50 and 33.
33.
My bad. I said 50 and 33 the first time. The second time I said 50 and 3.
So I did. Okay, yeah, I see that one. I'm ready.
Good.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33. Thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
Right. There you go. The children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. But read the top part. Read it one more time.
Okay.
Because they think we saying this. You know, we're not saying this, bro. If we just let the Bible speak, you feel me? It'll tell. It's a tell-all book. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Thus said the Lord of hosts, The children of Israel.
The Lord of who?
The children of Israel.
No.
The Lord of hosts.
Right. The Lord is saying this, man. The Lord of armies is saying this. You feel me? I'm not saying it. Tazayar's not saying it. Commanding General Yohana's not saying it. He's not saying it. Ayalawan's not saying it. You feel me? The Lord is saying this. You dig what I'm saying? I think that was in there.
Oh,
okay. I'm Shamar. I
didn't hear it.
I'm here before I see it. Go ahead.
Okay. The children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
Right. The children of Israel and the children of Judah was oppressed together. Go ahead.
And all that took them captives held them fast.
Right. And all that took them captive held us fast. Right. They still won't let us go.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? They still won't let us go. All right? Do you still feel the oppression today? They still won't let you go. And here we are 500, 600 years later. They say the land of the free and everything. But do you still feel like you're in captivity? Me too, Me too. Go.
The Command General Howard was bringing out just the other day about the boarding schools that they had for the Native Americans, and how they used to have this saying going, "Kill the Indian, save the man." It was about them not letting them go. It was about them holding them fast to their doctrine and teaching them Catholicism. And that's one of the reasons why when we talking in front of the Alamo, it's such a monumental thing, because you look at like imagine just seeing a vision of the Alamo throughout the years, and you're seeing Native Americans being forced there, being buried there, being taught Christianity there, taught Catholicism. Everything changing, battles fought there. And then you see San Antonio get made. And then you're seeing tourist attractions get made. And then you're seeing some niggas yelling at everybody about the shit that happened there. You know what I'm saying? When you see when you look at the way time flows like that, you look at that, you realize that we're the ones that are letting everybody know who the man of sin is. Right. You know what I'm saying? We're the ones that is telling them, you know what I'm saying, that they're the ones the Most High has prepared blood to, because they've held on to us for so long and refused to let us be who we're supposed to be. Right. Right. That's why when that weekend before Christopher Columbus Day, and we was out there blazing on Christopher Columbus and all of his homeboys, the conquistadors, we was out there blazing on them. And what we see? We see our people come through with their own, doing their little ceremonial dances. You're talking about keeping with the fringes on and everything like that. You know what I mean? And it was such a glorious thing. You dig what I'm saying? Such a glorious thing. You know what would have been more glorious? They would have stopped what they were doing and came a whole post. Right. That would have been more glory. Woo-wee. Still show a little solidarity. Did I use that right? Did I use that word right? You know what I'm talking about? Solid. Solidarity. Solid. Never mind. Over your heads, y'all didn't understand. Go ahead. Using big words, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Most High Christ. I'm just trying to be like you, y'all. I'm trying to be like my brother, man. The children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. Right, we were oppressed together. You know what I mean? I gave y'all some examples earlier about how we were oppressed together, right? How was we oppressed together? We were both brought into captivity. Right? You know what I'm saying?
I was going to say something along the same lines. We served slavery.
Yeah, of course. That's easy. You need to be more specific.
Come on now.
Yeah, both of y'all need to be more specific. Okay. I'm talking to Sabala one right now. I get it. You know what I mean? So y'all need to be more specific, because when y'all bring this to your people, right? Well, my people. When y'all bring this to the Hispanic tribes, right? Right, y'all need to be more specific on what the pain that Black and Hispanics went through together. You dig what I'm saying? You need to, so that way they don't leave no question in mind. You understand?
At work.
At work? Come on.
Slavery.
Oh yeah. We definitely oppressed. Yeah, I've worked in kitchens. You worked in kitchens too, right? I rarely see white people working in the kitchens. They don't cook. But you know what I see in there? Blacks and Hispanics. I see us in that moment. But we in that. Real talk.
And you know what's real messed up is that they put on cooking shows where they got the white guy who is the authority in what house kitchen stuff's supposed to go. Chef Ramsay or whatever, that British dude that be cussing at everybody.
Man.
Like, and people think of, oh man, that's the authority. Like Guy Fieri, the dude with the spiky hair.
Yeah.
That guy knows that cooking. They get all the credit for being good at what we do in general. You know what I mean? Like, we're good at that.
What's that Guy Fieri drives and dine-ins or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Hell's Kitchen and all them shows like that.
I used to love Throwdown with Bobby Flay, but he'd just make a whole bunch of. I seen this dude make some fried chicken with breadcrumbs, and I looked at him. I said, and he won the challenge. I said, hell no, ain't no way he gonna win the challenge with no breadcrumbs. But they had white people tasting the food. You know what I'm talking about? He'd be the old black woman with fried chicken because he used breadcrumbs. I said, nah, that would never happen. You know what I'm talking about? But they had white people tasting the food because if it came to me, I'd be like, what the hell is it? Throw that chicken out. Grandma, can you make some more fried chicken? You know what I'm talking about, please? This dude, he had breadcrumbs. You know what I mean, right? You know what I mean? Because Bobby Flay, he takes all the recipes and make them like exquisite. I guess that's what word is called. Bougie. You know what I'm talking about? You know what bougie. You know what I mean? That's weird. That's very weird. But the oppressor's ruling. You know what I mean? And they only take recipes that for blacks and Hispanics because what is white people recipes? Rice, plain white rice. You know what I mean?
Salad.
Nah.
No.
They don't even do potato salad right.
Coleslaw. I don't know what they do. I don't even know what's a white dish. I guess a hamburger.
I like coleslaw. I don't know.
Well, Italian food, right? Italian food is white food, right? So technically that, maybe they'll have that. I'm not
sure.
Parmesan.
I'm not sure they didn't take that from an old black woman.
Pizza? Is that a white dish?
Yeah. I don't know.
They got salads.
Salads. I feel it. Hey, well, get that brother a hand. Hey, I understand that. Yeah. You feel me? The nasty salad. French dressing. I like French dressing though. Hey, I am. Go ahead. Is that it on that?
No. Come on. This is one.
Keep going.
It says they refuse to let them go.
Even now, in 2022, they refuse to let us go. They're not letting us go. You feel me? They just want us to be oppressed. And they want us to like being oppressed. You dig what I'm saying? They want us to go to work all the hours. You feel me? 18 hours a day, can't see our kids, can't see our families. You feel me? And then be happy that we get a day off for Thanksgiving. Be happy that we get a day off for Christmas. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You understand that, Taziar? They want us to slave and then be happy to get a day off because it's their holiday you know what I mean? White people at the helm. What if we not happy? You know what I'm talking about? I'm happy when I go to Passover and I get to see all my brothers and sisters looking glorious in their garments. I'm like, damn, they're cleaning them up. You know what I'm talking about? That's when I get happy. I don't get happy for things. You feel me? It's like when Kobe Bryant died, right? Why did everybody mourn Kobe Bryant when he died?
Because Hispanics and blacks.
No.
It's lucky.
Well, yeah, we love him, man. No, yeah, we do, but
is it because they're sad that he didn't get to enjoy the riches from all his hard work?
No, because the white people like them. Remember when he died on that helicopter, it was white people on that helicopter also, and the white people told us to mourn him. How come nobody mourns when Pookie shot Ray Ray?
Because he was rich.
Huh?
Because he was rich.
Because who was rich?
Kobe.
No, I'm not saying because Kobe was rich. Even if Kobe was broke, it would be a terrible thing because Kobe died and his daughter died. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was a star on the earth.
He was a star on the earth. You feel me? Because the white people made him a star on the earth.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? I love Kobe Bryant. But I also love Pookie and Ray Ray. I also love Paco and Nacho and fucking Chato and you know what I'm talking about? Also love them too. Also love Little Bear and fucking what's his name? Also love Little Bear and Black Coyote and Littlefoot. You know what I mean? I don't know. The Dances with Wolves was a white guy. Kevin Costner. They made him. His name was Dances with Wolves, and the Native Americans let him in there, which was false. You think what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I love Littlefoot and Little Bear so much that I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I love Black Coyote so much and Geronimo so much that I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
I gotta say this because that's heavy what you're saying. Because don't Christians say they just love everybody?
Mm-hmm.
They say they love everybody, yet they'll brush aside the atrocities that our own people have gone through just so they could have their holiday, their feast day.
Right.
But let 9/11 happen, and they don't even want to go get something to eat on that day. They want to stay home and mourn. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For the people from the 9/11 situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just messed up.
I just seen on Facebook where they was like, I can't wait to fry a turkey on 9/11. You know, so I was thinking like I just might do that. I just might make a big meal for 9/11. They'd be like, Happy 9/11.
Happy 9/11.
This is when the Arab decided to fight back. You feel me?
So I gotta say this too.
Good.
So you know what's messed up is everybody tries to act all crazy about what we bring out when we're just bringing out the truth. But if it was if like years from now you look at a textbook, a history textbook, and it says that 9/11 was people accidentally flying into Twin Towers, it'd be an outrage. It'd be,
right.
There'd be so much outrage behind that. It's like, because this is false.
Right.
They won't keep that same energy when it comes to our people and our real history.
Right. Talking about the transatlantic slave trade was false.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And we know about the blacks in the transatlantic slave trade.
Right.
I don't know who I want to get to read this. I give it to you. You know what I mean? I give it to you, brother.
On top.
Mm-hmm.
Is to the other races of mankind what man himself is to the lower animals.
Right. So it says the Europeans is to the mankind as mankind is to the lower animals, right? So the European is the lowest kind of human. The lowest kind of person for mankind. And we all know what they mean when they say European, right?
Right.
Everybody knows?
No.
What they mean?
The white man.
Who?
The white man.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
He makes them subservient to his use, and when he cannot subdue, he destroys them.
Right. So he said he makes them subservient he makes the other people subservient to his views, to his use, right? So what he's saying is he makes everybody subject to him. The white man makes everybody subject to him. How do they make him? How do they go places and make them subject to them?
With the sword.
Yeah, of course. But give me like some ways like that they do it. They go everywhere and they push their agenda, right? What do they push?
Christianity.
Yep, that religion, and what else? Come on, when they went to over there to Iraq, right? And they went to Saudi Arabia and Afghanistan, right? They didn't push Christianity. What did they push?
Their culture, philosophies.
Well, yeah, but what did they push? Of course, as you could say, philosophies and their culture. What did they? The what?
Democracy.
Democracy is what they pushed. Democracy. Give yourself a hand, brother. Yeah, it's all. What they push is democracy. You feel me? America pushes democracy, and who else opposes them and pushes something else? Pushes the opposite of that, which is what?
Communism.
Right? And who pushes that?
Russians.
Most High in Christ, all right? Most High in Christ. That's what every war has been about. For the past 50 years, I say 40 years, that's what since the Cold War in the 80s, that's what every war has been about. It's democracy and communism. And nobody wants the other side to get too strong.
That's true.
You understand that? You understand that? That's how they go places and make people subservient to them. You dig what I'm saying? Because they're gonna serve communism or they're gonna serve democracy, but they're gonna do a deal with one. You feel me? And sometimes they get tired of the communists and they do a deal with the democracy. Sometimes they get tired of democracy and do a deal with the communists. And that's what the uprisings and revolutions in every country be about. Right? Because in Libya with Gaddafi, they didn't have democracy. They have communism. But then America funded the democracy groups and they rose up against the Western. They have a democracy in Libya. You dig what I'm saying? Same thing they did in Iraq. But then ISIS? ISIS, right? ISIS went back and took over Iraq and was like, hell no. You feel me? Start beheading people. You know what I'm talking about? Because they weren't bringing that democracy shit over there. You dig what I'm saying? They go read that part one more time.
The European is to the other races of mankind what man himself is to the lower animal.
Right.
He makes them subservient to his use, and when he cannot subdue, he destroys them.
Right. It's just like how humans treat animals. You feel me? We make an animal subservient. Before we had all these different we had a mule to pull our plow shares. You do what I'm saying? We had animals to help us work before we had all these tractors and things like that. You feel me? Same thing the white man does to all of the different races on the planet. Keep going.
One of the longest.
Oh, wait. I missed the part. He said, and who he can't subdue, he destroys, right? Talk what you was talking earlier about the boarding houses, about the boarding schools.
So the boarding schools, they said to kill the Indian but save the man. And the way that would work is those that were like too resilient against, falling into their brainwashing.
Stop. Who they can't subdue, they destroy. Right. Keep going.
They would kill that Native American to set an example for the rest of them, to scare them into allowing them to be trained to believe that Caesar Borgia is Jesus, and to accept him as their Lord and Savior, and do the Hail Marys and the Catholicism and the right. The all that ritualistic stuff from the Catholic Church. They were basically forcing them to do that.
Right. Hey, I didn't make this up. We're just bringing out the truth, bringing out the history of the so-called white man. That's a book. What we already know, just solidify what the book said.
Right.
That's it. What we already know, the book solidified. The book was like, yeah, history book. That was, you got something to say?
Yeah, I watched a video a long time ago about the same American. He was talking about the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
He said that those fathers that they couldn't get them to follow their ways.
Yep.
What they would do is, obviously after they kill them, they would take their sons and daughters and put them in boarding schools.
Mm-hmm.
And then through them, like they'll teach them English and all that, so that they come up that way.
Yeah, of course. Of course, because the fathers are what? No, the fathers is supposed to be what? How do you say Abba? Damn, I just told you. How do you say father in Hebrew?
Abba.
Right. What is that in Hebrew? The ah and the ba, right? The ah and the ba, right? I'm gonna give you that. So the ah is like that, right?
All right.
So you turn the ah like this, turns into like an ox horn, right? An ox is a strong animal, right?
Right.
And then the ba is like this, right? Yeah, it's like a tent or a house. That's what it used to be known as. So it's like like the ox is a strong animal, and the tent is like a house, strong house.
Mm-hmm.
The father is a strong house of the nation, basically.
Mhm.
You dig what I'm saying? So if you conquer that, what happens? There's no protection. So now you can just take the kids anywhere. Take the kids into the boarding house and teach them whatever. You do what I'm saying? Because they have no protection.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that video one time.
Yeah, we're gonna start teaching the Hebrew class. Right? You know what I'm talking about? At Lashma, we're gonna get into all of that. I know I just blew your mind right now about the symbols and what they, you know what I mean? It's just
Characters, right?
yeah, because before it meant anything, it was pictures. We talk about pictures.
Other letters.
No, it's not letters. Letters is an alphabet. That is like pictorial. It's a pictorial language, and it's this language of sounds. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha. It's a language of sound. It's not a language of what do you call it? Of letters. You know what I mean? It's a language of pictures. You know what I'm saying? That's where the Egyptians got their pictures from. You know what I mean? What do you call it? The hieroglyphs, whatever they call it. This is hieroglyphs. That's where they got their writing from. I don't know what that is.
That's a hieroglyph.
You feel me? Oh, got it. Keep going.
One of the longest unwritten chapters in the history of the United States is that treating of the relations of the Negroes and the Indians.
Right? That's the longest part. That's one of the messed up parts of the white man history is the way they treated the Negroes and the Native Indians. As Native Indians, it's meaning the so-called Hispanic brothers too, because they're known as Indians or the like so-called Native Americans also. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because when they first got here, that's what they were dealing with. Arawaks, Tainos. You dig what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The Indians were already here when the white men came, and the Negroes brought in soon after to serve as a subject race found among the Indians, one of their means of escape.
Right. Found among the Indians what?
One of their means of escape.
Meaning when black folks was in slavery, when they escaped from slavery, the first thing they did was run to the Native Indians. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because we knew who our brothers are. It's just like now, right? We can call ourselves Jews, right? The Negroes can call ourselves Jews, but do we? No, we don't. We call ourselves Israelites, right?
Right.
Because what are we without our brothers? Nothing. We ain't nothing. We ain't ish. I keep wanting to cuss. Well, we ain't nothing without our brothers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, ask the so-called Jewish man where his brothers is. If he knows he's a Jew, he'll know where his brothers is. But he don't. You feel me? That's why we ain't doing nothing without our Hispanic brothers. You dig what I'm saying? We ain't doing nothing without our Northern Kingdom brothers. Go ahead.
This is exactly why Commanding General Yohana told us in person when we went to the Houston cookout a couple years back. Me and Officer Kabar just, really started kicking things off here in San Antonio. Manager Hani told us that he's got his eyes on us here in San Antonio because San Antonio and other places like California are where most of the northern tribes is at.
Right.
When you compare, Houston got a lot of black folks, and that's, they're damn near good. You look at that camp, you got a lot of, those tribes there, but here is where you could really step into the role of that ambassador that they gave you the name on. They gave you that name for a reason because you being the first brother to speak fluent Spanish in this school is a monumental thing because this is a city that is very important to getting the kingdom back.
Right.
Not to put pressure on you, but I'm just letting you know that's the opportunity that you have being a part of this school. This school here at this time right now, and growing at this stage, this is an opportunity to show the Most High that that you're thankful for this truth, and that also that our people that are from our tribes can rely on brothers like us to continue to study and learn and be an example.
Right. Because you speak Spanish, Sean. And I don't know if you know, but San Antonio is a Spanish-speaking city. You dig what I'm saying? So when we go out there to camp and you start speaking that Spanish, boy, they gonna love it.
You see how they were just from when
Oh, wait,
I thought that was all black.
You know what I mean? And they're gonna start to come over there and you're gonna have to talk to them. You dig what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to know this stuff. You're gonna have to study up. You gotta have to talk to them.
I want to add one more thing too. When we went to the mission to Acuna, all the reporters went straight to Officer Yashikar because they're like, "Oh wait, look, then one of them's Hispanic. I bet he speaks Spanish. Let's go to him." Like he was like the main dude, but he wasn't the highest ranked man. It was Officer it's like Captain Yatazak. It was Captain Yatazak. But like Yashikar, just because they recognized, they related to him, they saw, wait a sec, this guy's rolling with them. This guy looks like us. Let's go see what he's got to say. And then before you know it, you're hearing Officer Yashikar on the airways in all of South America. You got cartel people looking at him. You got grandmamas sewing quilts and stuff, watching TV in the morning, seeing this dude with the garment and the crown, looking like an Israelite, and it just does something to our people's spirit when they see that. We need to see more of it. That's exactly why it's important what we do here in this city. You know what I'm saying? Being that spearhead for these northern tribes. Just like the brothers in the California school, you know what I mean? The Cali school, just as heavy. Officer Kazakia, one of the heaviest, northern tribe brothers. As far as like the stuff that he be dropping, the stuff that he was talking about, those are brothers to definitely link up with and watch their classes.
He's just a heavy brother, period.
Yeah.
Northern tribe, so whatever. He's just a heavy period.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? I ain't talking about his weight. You know what I'm talking about? And every Wednesday he has a I don't know what to call a podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
A history after the this later at nighttime, like around 10 o'clock here. But he has like a history. What is it called?
Something, the inconvenient truth.
Inconvenient truth. You know what I mean? And it's pretty dope. I want to go there. I want to get on there.
Yeah, I want to go to Cali just to chill with that, bro. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to Cali.
I'm trying to see if the tacos is better than San Antonio. I don't believe it, but
I get heartburn. I already know it's just onion and cilantro. That's all they do.
I don't believe it. You did, but you feel me? That's the thing that's gonna bring us into the new fold. You dig what I'm saying?
Right, kick it into high gear.
Kick it into high gear. Because once we get, all we need is the Northern Kingdom. All we need is the Hispanics and the Native Americans to get in here, and we leaving this place. We on chariots. You feel me? Swing down, swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. You know what I'm talking about? Please don't forget about Kabar Baba Kasha. You know what I'm talking about? Come get me. You know what I'm talking about? Wherever y'all at, wherever I'm at, come get me. Like, you know what I'm talking about? You understand? All right, no sweat. Go ahead. Keep reading.
And that was the highlight part.
That's it?
All that was highlighted.
All right, go to 25. Is it? I don't think it's any good because I would have highlighted it. Go to page 25. I would have highlighted it, yeah. Oh, no, actually, we good because I want to get to some of these good scriptures. Let's go to Matthew chapter 6, verse 10. Matthew chapter 6, verse 10. Because we know that there's a lot of, I'm not going to say hate, but a lot of disdain between blacks and Hispanics, right? And Native Americans, right? We know that there's a lot of disdain and shit like that, but we've got to forgive our brothers. You dig what I'm saying? You understand that? And we have to forgive our brothers, right? What if we don't? You think if we don't forgive our brothers, will the Lord forgive us? No, right? You feel me? And we gotta. It starts with us knowing the real history about how we both was oppressed by the same people, and we both have the same God, and we both come from the same bloodline, and we both come from the same nation.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? So let's read that. And I'm sure everybody's familiar with this. But have you ever really thought about it? Go ahead.
The book of Matthew. Chapter 5, verse.
No, chapter 6.
Okay. Chapter 6, verse 10. Thy kingdom come.
Go one more verse.
Verse 9. After this manner, therefore pray ye.
Right. This is what we pray for. This is what Christ telling us. After this manner, this is what we pray for. Go ahead.
Our Father,
right? Go ahead.
Which art in heaven.
So when it says our Father, right? Is he only talking to blacks? Who is he talking to? Israel. Who's Israel?
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Most High in Christ. Go ahead.
Hallowed be thy name.
Right. Our Father, holy be thy name. What does the word holy mean?
Separate.
Right. Holy be thy name, meaning separate is your name.
Mm-hmm.
Your name is separate from everything on this planet. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Right. Your kingdom come. Let your will be done as it is on earth, as it is in heaven. Can I ask you something? In heaven, do the angels have beef with each other? Hell no.
Right.
Angels just do the will of the Lord. So are we supposed to have beef with each other? No. We're supposed to do the will of the Lord. That's why I said, let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. It must be something wrong with our mental capacity or something. Because we can't get along, but the angels can get along. You do what I'm saying? I know what they say about Satan, and Satan was cast out of heaven and stuff like that, but that's wrong. Lucifer was cast out of heaven. And Lucifer is another name for the so-called white man. Satan does whatever the Lord tells him to do. You do what I'm saying?
Right. Satan
does whatever the Lord tells him to do. If the Lord tells Satan to take a dump on Alaska, he's going to do it. You feel me? I'm just letting you know. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Give us this day our daily bread.
Right.
And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors.
It's debt.
Debts.
You ever been in debt?
Yeah.
You in debt now?
No. Yeah.
Shit, I'm in debt. I'm in debt to the Most High. I'm in debt to Christ. Are you?
Yeah.
We're in debt to them. Because we should be dead, but we're not. You do what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're in debt to our brothers. You do what I'm saying? Because I'm sure at one point in time, I used to have fights with the so-called with the so-called Mexicans.
Mm-hmm.
In school and everything like that. We used to have like black and Hispanic fights. Real talk. Big brawls in the school. You dig what I'm saying?
I remember that.
Real talk. Big balls. I mean, like, real talk. Real talk. Chains and weapons and all types of different things.
Slovakia.
Riots. You know what I'm talking about?
Judson, I remember it would always happen at pep rallies. Every time there was a pep rally, there was either a fight that would break out or a whole full-on riot outside of the gym that would break out. And I remember one time that there was a bunch of white folks that wanted to fight. They ended up, wanting to scrap. But blacks and Hispanics ended up joining together in that. You know what I mean? And of course, it was unfair for the white folks because we would not only outnumber them, but the brothers that was next to you were bigger than them. So it was almost like one of the things where there was no fear because we was together. You know what I mean? And I know it's carnal because it's in the world and it's something like that. But at the same time, it's kind of, you think of things like that, it's like, you know what? It makes sense.
We'll be stronger together. Yeah, but so I have debts to my Hispanic brothers. But I need to tell them I apologize. And, you know what I mean? And forgive them, and they need to forgive me so I can get into heaven. You do what I'm saying? So I can get that kingdom. You do what I'm talking about? Because I was lost. I was doing the same thing everybody else was doing. We was messing around and not loving each other. You do what I'm saying? But ish happens. But keep going.
And lead us not into temptation,
Right?
but deliver us from evil.
Right?
For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
Keep going.
For if ye forgive men their trespasses,
If we do what?
forgive men their trespasses,
If we forgive our Hispanic brothers and our Native American brothers, and they forgive us, keep going.
your heavenly Father will also forgive you.
The Lord will also forgive us. You know what I mean? But first, we have to forgive our brothers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because we hold that hate, and they hold that hate, and we hold that not loving each other. But what we really need to do is forgive each other, so we can go ahead and come together and get out of this hell that we're in.
Right.
You know what I mean? Keep going.
But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses.
Hey,
That's it.
hey, there it is. If you don't forgive the brothers for your trespass, right, then the Lord won't forgive you for your trespass. The Lord be like, man, hey, the hell with you. You didn't want to forgive your brother. Why should I forgive you? You know what I mean? And you know what the Christian church is going to do? The Christian church is going to take that right there. That's something so good for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to forgive each other and to love each other, right? They're going to take that to everybody else. Just like they do John 3:16. When that is distinctly for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I had you start at our Father. You know what I mean? Not everybody's father. You understand that? That shit crazy. But that's how the Lord is rocking. If you don't forgiving your brothers, the Lord ain't forgiving you. You know what I mean? You want the Lord to forgive you so you get to keep heaven. Because if you don't, the Lord ain't gonna. Hey, I don't want that judgment for nobody. You know what I'm talking about? I pray the Lord gets all of Israel and don't leave nobody behind and put us all in the chariots. You know what I mean? But I just pray he do. I can't change his mind. I can't make him do what I want to do. I can't. You know what I mean? The Lord does what he wants. It's like some brothers and sisters need to stay here and get the white man's judgment. And that's what he needs. That's what, you know what I mean? Give me, is it 1 Corinthians 11:1?
What you look for?
Be ye followers. No, it's 2 Corinthians 11:1.
You sure?
Yep.
What to God he would bear me a little in my folly?
2 Corinthians 11:1?
Yeah, it might have been 1 Corinthians.
Yeah, it could have been 1 Corinthians 11:1. I don't know. It's cut off right here.
Yeah, no, it's 1 Corinthians.
Be ye followers of me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because after verse 3, it goes, yeah. My bad.
You good.
cut off and shit. Go ahead. Go. Anybody?
Okay. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Christ.
Right, that's perfect brotherhood, right? That's perfect brotherhood. That's what he was telling. That's what Paul was telling the brothers in Corinth. He said, look, I'm a follower of Christ. So y'all follow me. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm the man above you. Follow me, because Christ told me to do this and I'm doing it. So y'all gonna follow me even as I am of Christ.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? And that's what we should be. That's how we should do it. Go ahead. It's an excellent brotherhood scripture. We supposed to follow the men above us, right? Just like they follow the men above them, just like the men above them follow the generals, and the generals follow the commanding general Yohana, and just like commanding general Yohana follows Christ. Right?
Okay.
That's an excellent ranking order scripture. Go ahead.
Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Christ.
Right.
Verse 2. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things.
Right. You remember me in all things. You know what I'm talking about? Just like when we going somewhere doing something, like, I don't think I should do that. You know what I mean? Officer Dawada might be like, you know what I'm talking about? He might check me about this. I don't think I should do that. You feel me? We should remember the men above us in all things. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead.
You remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I deliver them to you.
And keep the ordinances as I deliver them to you. You know, what's an ordinance? Of course you know. I'm asking Tussle Yard. What's an ordinance?
An order.
And what?
An order.
Yeah, the brother's smart. The brother's not a newbie at this. The brother has great understanding. An order, right? And who delivers orders to you?
The man above you.
That's simple. Now jump down to 17.
Some spam in the chat. I'm about to block them.
For real?
Yeah.
What are they talking about?
Hot girls, click this link.
Instagram bots.
Dang,
What's up,
what?
man?
This was false speaking.
Yep. This is because Corinthians is just a letter that Paul wrote to Corinth. You know what I mean? To correct that school over there. Just like let's say we in San Antonio, right? And let's say Commanding General Yohana or General Mahyman called Officer Dawada, and he was like, "Is all your men there?" Well, come on, sir. Put me on speaker. You know what I'm talking about? Boop. You know what I'm talking about? Now I praise you, brethren. Remember me in all things. So when you go out and do this and that, remember me. You know what I mean? Just you like when I put that, right? Yeah, I know you like when I put that. But it's like that. You know what I mean? Paul was just giving orders through letters. He was writing letters. You know what I mean? To the brothers and to the church in Corinth. He's gonna say it though. Y'all got 17?
Okay.
Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 17. Now in this that I declare unto you, I praise you not, that ye come together, not for the better, but for the worse.
Right. You feel me? So he said, this I declare to you, I praise you not, that ye come together for the better, but come together for the worse. You feel me? Because we all good when we at the crib chilling, huh? What's up?
No, go ahead. Let's fix the camera, bro.
Oh, my bad. It's probably me. I stretched out my leg. You know what I mean? Because like when we go places or when we go, like we come together, right? But I mean, it's for the better of us, right? But it's also for the worse of us. You know what I mean? We come together for the brothers that got problems smoking cigarettes, got problems getting drunk. The only time they don't get drunk is when they're around brothers. Only time they don't smoke cigarettes and smoke weed and mess with whores and think about whores is when they're with the brothers. right? So don't come together for the better, come together for the worse, right? Keep going.
Like in verse 18. For first of all, when ye come together in the church, I hear that there be divisions among you.
Right? He said, what?
I hear that there be divisions among you.
Right? He said, so when you come together in the church, stop. What's a church?
School.
Yeah, but what is a church? Is a church at the church that our grandmamas go to? What is a church? I know you know.
Like when we are around each other.
Just make it plain and simple. I'm a 5-year-old.
When we're together at the school.
A gathering of Israelites.
Right.
That's a church. You do what I'm saying? You understand that? All right. Go ahead.
Come. When ye come together in the church, I hear that there be divisions among you.
Right. So even back then in those churches, right, there were fake Israelite groups, fake Israelites having divisions and things under. You know what I mean? Paul is sending them letters and stuff like that. And they're like, yeah, but there's still divisions among them. You dig what I'm saying? They're still dividing themselves. You dig what I'm saying? That's why when we come together, right? I don't think I only see like the Northern Kingdom brothers with the Northern Kingdom brothers. I don't ever see that. I see the brothers all together. You dig what I'm saying? Love it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? No divisions among us in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. If you ever hear a division, you report that to the men above you. All right? There should be no division, and we're going to make sure that ISUPK San Antonio operates just like that.
Right.
You feel me? You know what I mean? Bring it to me. I'll make sure you know divisions. I divide somebody's spine. You know
Want some Mortal Kombat?
The Lord can put it back. It's all right. Yes. Go ahead, man.
And I partly believe it.
Right. Paul was like, and I believe it. Because there's a problem here, and you should fix your problem. You know what I mean? Like General Muhammad would say. There's a problem here, and you should fix your brotherhood and fix your problems. Yeah, I can't talk like him, but I wish I could.
I know what you mean. No, I've seen it.
You know what I mean? He just talks directly to your soul. You know what I mean? And he don't even be talking to you. He just be talking to the screen. And you're like, you right. I gotta fix my brotherhood. Yeah, General Muhammad fixed my life. You ever seen that show, Ayana? Ayana Fix My Life.
Mm-mm.
Where they bring them in for counseling. They be counseling them with their husbands and wives and kids and stuff like that. Yeah, they be General Muhammad Fix My Life. You feel me? Real talk. Go ahead, I got one.
Okay. Verse 19. For there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved may be made manifest among you.
Hold on. Go back to read 19 again.
19. For there must be also heresies among you.
What is a heresy? Taziar, what's a heresy? Everybody should pull out their Google machines.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to think that long on it, you should pull out your Google machine and be absolutely correct.
Heresies.
Heresies. HERESIES. What's up?
I got the definition if you want it.
Go ahead.
It says a body of men following their own sect or party.
A what?
A body of men following their own sect or party.
Who is that? Go ahead.
IUIC, GMS.
These figs, fake Israelite groups.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
ISBHPK and
Right.
every other thing that's not the UPK. that came from the UPK.
You feel me? You understand that? A body of men following their own understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Read verse 19 again.
Verse 19, for there must also be heresies among you.
Men following their own understanding among you. Go ahead.
That they which are approved may be made manifest among you.
Right. So let's go ahead and make them manifest in who they are. They're going to be made manifest no matter what, because they're not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to stay in the truth and stand with the truth, because they're lies. They're liars. You know what I mean? There's no way they can stay in here if they're liars. You know what I'm saying? That's why they have to break apart. Keep going.
Verse 20. When ye come together, therefore, into one place, this is not to eat the Lord's Supper.
Right. Right. The Lord, you can eat supper anywhere. You can eat the Lord's Supper anywhere. When you come together, right, into one house, it's not for you to eat the Lord's Supper, even though that's what we do. You dig what I'm saying? When we come together for Passover, we come together and eat the lamb and the unleavened bread. Keep going.
Verse 21. For in eating, everyone taketh before other his own supper.
Right.
And one is hungry and another is drunken.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 22. What? Have ye not houses to eat and to drink in? Or despise ye the church of Yahweh, and shame them that have not? What shall I say to you? Shall I praise you in this? I praise you not.
You know, somebody to tell me, Taziar, what that's saying. First, it's telling you that when we come together for the Lord's Supper, we don't, right? We're not coming together to eat the Lord's Supper. Because some of y'all eat at your houses and we get drunk at your houses, which is not what. If some people have the food to eat at their house and to drink at their house, right? And then they come to the Lord's Supper with no food and drink, but then they eat the food and drink. What is that?
Selfish.
And another word for it. They have no what?
Brother.
All right. Now what's that last one?
Want to finish that again?
Verse 22, yeah.
Come on. What shall I say to you? Shall I praise you in this?
No. Verse 22.
It's like verse 22. What? Have ye not houses to eat and to drink in?
Right. So are they coming together to eat and drink? What are they coming together for? No, everybody else is coming together for brotherhood. But those brothers that already ate and drink at their houses, they're coming together for division. Heresies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's why a lot of them don't even come. Because they already divided themselves.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? That's why Paul, keep reading.
Come on. Or despise ye the church of Yahweh.
They do what?
Despise ye the church of Yahweh.
They despise the gathering of Israelites that gathered together for the Most High in that brotherhood. Because they don't understand it. They can't understand the brotherhood that we have at the Passover. So they just don't come. Even though Commanding General Yohanan asked them, he brings it out and tells them to come to the Passover. And they still say, nah. You dig what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It's a lot good. I got a really good example of how they despise the church of the Most High and try to shame them that have not. A perfect example is, when we have the Passover fee is what, $200 or something like that?
Right.
For the purpose of, keeping things going and doing everything we need to do to get the venues and put everything together. And I remember somebody had taken a picture from our Passover when we were in Houston.
Yeah.
And people were posting photos, and they took a picture of the unleavened bread with the lamb and the plate, and they were making fun of it. Like, they took the picture from somebody's post that was in the UPK, and they posted it on like a Hebrew Israelite group on Facebook or whatever, and they were trying to make fun of the meal. Like, y'all paid $200 for this meal? Yeah, we did. But y'all want to go and shame the church of the Most High, the home of the truth because it's not about the food. That's not why we're there.
Right.
We're not there for the food. We're there for
the brother.
Yeah, but they see it as like, y'all pay $200 for this plate, and then it's like the lamb, the unleavened bread, and then maybe it look kind of tirado to them, meaning like messy. You
I was
know,
always able to go back and get seconds if there was enough.
you know what I mean? Maybe it didn't look like a 5-star meal, but hey, that was a damn good meal.
That should be 5 stars. It's delicious. But you want to know something? The unleavened bread and the Passover is not meant to be a meal. To be like, it's meant to remind you about the time that we was on the run.
Yeah.
And that we had to make everything fast and quick and in a hurry, and we didn't have the time to sit there and make it a meal.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to eat everything on the run.
And then you had all these people under the comments, they were like agreeing with them. They were like, ew, what is that? That don't even look like a real feast. What are these doing? Oh man, them boys ain't doing it right, blah, blah. Like, I'm like, that is just funny.
All right.
That is hilarious.
No sweat. Do your thing.
You know what I'm talking about? Meanwhile, we had, what was it, like 3,000 mouths to feed?
Yeah, you feel me? You know what I'm saying?
You know, yeah, I feel you.
Maybe everybody can't eat at a big meal, a big feast, but you need to eat what you eat to make it there. You know what I'm talking about? To be able to run away from Pharaoh. Mm-hmm. That's what their problems is, bro. Their problems are so carnal that they'll never understand the truth. You dig what I'm saying? Well, we're not carnal, we're spiritual. You feel me? We don't go to a feast day to feast. We go to a feast day to remember. You dig what I'm saying? These people here. Give me Hebrews 13 and 16.
Okay. Okay, I got it. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 16. But to do good and to communicate, forget not.
To do what?
To do good and to communicate, forget not.
Yeah. So it says, but to do good and communicate not.
So forget not.
Oh, I'm sorry. Communicate, forget not. Mm-hmm. Right? What is the one thing about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that we don't have? Taziar?
You don't have?
Yeah.
Brotherhood?
Yeah, well, brotherhood is what?
Love for each other?
Yeah, but love for each other. I told you so. Love for each other is what? If you have a wife, right? You don't have a wife, but if you had a wife, right? What would you need to have a good relationship with her?
Communication.
Excellent. What is if you have good brotherhood with somebody? What do you have? To have good brotherhood, you have to have good what?
Communication.
Right. If you love somebody, you have to have good what?
Communication.
Right. To keep that love and to grow that love and to grow that brotherhood. Right. So what do Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans don't have?
Communication.
Why don't they have good communication?
There's more than one answer to that.
I know.
We don't forgive each other.
That's a great answer. What about you, Ayala?
We were given different slave languages.
All right.
We resent each other.
Okay.
I was going to say the same thing.
Well, all that is part of communication. All that is part of good communication. We must have good communication with our Northern Kingdom brothers. You do what I'm saying? We must have good communication with our Southern Kingdom brothers. Because if we don't have that good communication and that good understanding of each other, we're just going to kill each other, hate each other, gang bang against each other. Mm-hmm. That's all we're going to do. You do what I'm saying?
Right.
We need to not do that, and we need to become better brothers and better sisters, and come together and learn how to not have divisions among us, and to come together and not have schisms, which should be coming up soon, right? Go ahead, keep reading, y'all.
Come on. to communicate, forget not, for which such sacrifices Yahweh is well pleased.
Right. It is well pleased when you communicate. When you communicate with people, when you communicate with your brothers and communicate with your sisters, that y'all don't kill each other, your Lord is well pleased by that. The Lord is well pleased by that brotherhood. You understand that?
Right.
When you give your brother 77 times 7, the Lord is pleased about that. The Lord's like, all right, y'all tell the angels, y'all get ready. You feel me? Tell Christ, you get ready. You know, tomorrow. That's what happens. Keep going.
Verse 17.
Uh-huh.
Okay, verse 17. Obey them that have the rule over you.
It says, read that one more time.
Obey them that have the rule over you.
Wives,
Obey them that have the rule over you.
young men,
Obey them that have the rule over you.
troopers,
Obey them that have the rule over you.
50s, 500s, thousands, 5,000s, captains.
Obey them that have the rule over you.
Obey them that have the rule over you. Go ahead.
And submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls.
They do what?
They watch for your souls.
Oh, we. So the men above us does what?
Watch for your souls.
We watch for your souls. Start it over one more time.
Oh, them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves.
Wait, you didn't stop. You're supposed to stop it.
Oh, Salaki.
You know, that's what a comma means.
Salaki, sir.
Comma means is go ahead.
Hebrews 13:17. Obey them that have the rule over you.
Children. Yo, so we, because children don't know how to obey anything.
Right.
Children don't know how to follow orders. They just can't say con. They just can't say yes, sir. They don't know how for some reason. You can tell them all. You can tell them. You can lead by example and everything. They just don't. They just don't because they want to lean to their own understanding. Read that. Go ahead.
Okay. And submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls.
Right, because your parents watch out for your souls. They the ones who tell you what to do and what not to do because they know that when you go and have sex with that young boy or that young girl, whatever, you might get her pregnant or she might get pregnant. You feel me? And they know that you're not ready for a marriage anyway. You do what I'm saying?
Right.
They know that for you not to go to that party because at that party they're gonna be gangs and drugs and they're gonna be out there shooting at each other and they know bullets don't have no name and you might get shot.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
They know that the friends that you keep ain't nothing. I keep wanting to say it. Why do he want to say it? You feel me? But they ain't nothing. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
Go ahead.
As they that must give account, that they may do it with joy.
Right. And they give accounts. They give reports about you. You feel me? To the men above them, they give reports.
Right.
Yeah, we got a new trooper named Tazayar. He's an excellent brother. He came to all these camps. He came to the cookout, feast days.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about? He got plans to go into the Passover. This brother got fired from his job just to come just for the truth. You do what I'm saying? Like you do what I'm saying?
This brother's wife left him. You know what I mean? Like,
now, you feel me? Because his job fired him. Now his job gonna die. They not gonna have no love, no peace in the Middle East. You feel me? Because you know what I mean? Because the Lord is with this brother.
right.
You do what I'm saying? They give accounts, they give records. Go ahead.
Okay. And not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you.
Right. They don't do it like, oh man, this brother got a hard time with cigarettes. This brother got a hard time with getting drunk. This brother got a hard time with smoking weed. This brother mistreats his brother. You feel me? When they write reports like that, that's grief. That's a horrible report. Right. Nobody wants to report that.
True.
You know what I mean? Because that means that camp leader is not doing his job. He'd rather report good things. His do this work and that work and that and that. You dig what I'm saying? Go ahead.
You know what's real heavy about that? You know, think about it, because these brothers are giving the account to the men above them, just like how the angels give account to what we're doing to the Most High.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Well, how have you tried my servant Job? Right? When Satan was inquiring about to the Most High about who to test.
Right.
And before you know it, now the account is going to directly affect what happens in your life. That's why it says it's unprofitable for you if it is a grievous account. Now these brothers that are above us, that we have accountability, meaning we have the responsibility to recognize those things, and that's why communication is important. That's why we just read the verse before that talk about communicate and forget not, because it's an important thing for the men above to keep in contact with those that are under them, to know where their mind is at, know what their, you know what I'm saying, know what where their spirit is at, so that we can give that account, so that we can find solutions to move things in a better position for that person. Right. That's how kingdom not only gets built, but stays afloat and stays moving like a well-oiled machine. You know what I'm saying? That's just, and that's a militant way to think, because the world, they're not accountable for nothing. Everybody wants to do their own thing. Everybody wants to be one deep and keep to themselves. We have to be the complete opposite of that, because we're so used to being isolated from everybody and not gathering together and causing divisions amongst one another. Hell, you see it at Thanksgiving. Your whole family wants to argue with each other. That's just how it is, because they're not accountable.
No, we ain't never seen the Thanksgiving.
You know,
well, we don't see the.
Yeah, like when you were there in the past. When you partook in it, when you was a Jake in the world, basically.
All right, that makes sense. We don't see
I wouldn't know what that's like now either. It's like right. I ain't even been to a Christmas in I don't know how long, a decade, more than that.
But yeah, man, that's what it is, man. You feel me? And because we keep those ordinances, and we keep that understanding, and we keep that communication. That's why the ISUPK won't fail. Like every other black movement, organized black group, whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
The civil rights movement failed. What do you call it? The Black Panthers failed. You dig what I'm saying? All these different groups failed. The Move group in Philadelphia in the 1980s, they failed. All these different groups failed, but the ISUPK can't fail, man, because we're ordained by the Lord, and we keep what the Lord had told us. That communication, stop the schisms. You feel me? You understand that? That's why there shouldn't be no schisms between Judah and the nation of Israel, or Judah and Israel. There should be no division between blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We got to understand that we are one, and we're coming back together. And Christ came to bring us back together. And if we don't come back together, we're going to be putting a disdain on Christ's name. You do what I'm saying? And we are the leaders, so we have to be extra. We have to do extra work to bring those two sticks back together.
Right.
You feel me? You feel me? Because everybody ain't built for this job, like we always say. Everybody ain't built to go to camp. Everybody ain't built to go to class. Everybody ain't built for this. But the Lord saw something in you for you to be like, oh yeah, I want him. You know what I'm saying? I want him to bring Honduras to Commanding General Yohana, and Commanding General Yohana can bring Honduras to me. That's what you know what I mean? That's how the Lord feels. You do what I'm saying? All right. And with that, I pass the class over to. Are you good with the? You can.
Yeah.
You want to talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I pass the class over to Trooper Tazayo.
Here you go. It's an announcement.
These are the security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. My shira means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever among you would like a common holiday convocations, the feast of dedications, Hanukkah, the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days, Saturday, December 17th, 2022, for 8 days. You can find this in 1 Maccabees chapter 4, verses 52 to 61. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. And that concludes the security announcement.
All right. Go ahead and grab one of mine. Is it the need?
Get up there, you got it.
Madam, Sar, means return. Upon Yahakadam, which means we're going to face the east. And we're going to finish with the Lord's Prayer. Go ahead.
Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka,
Yahweh,
Malawatka,
Malakatka,
Taba'ah, Ratzazaka, Hayah,
Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim,
Natan,
Lanawa,
Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kabawat Lanawa, Kasalak Lanawa, Kabawat Yanawa, Wala'ah, Tabayat Anawa, Banasai Yawan, Abab, Awashaya Nawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Ka, Amalakwa, Wa'ata Fa'arat, La'awai Layam. Aman.
All right, what we said was, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. All right, Sar, we're going to turn face to brothers for one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Brakatam, Yadi Matah. Sar, we're going to turn face to sisters for one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shemar Atam Ba'ashem Yahushai, Yadi Matah. Class dismissed.